Hello everyone, welcome back. Glad you can make it. I'm Maximum Dad and the kids are in bed, so that means it's game time. Today we're diving back into RimWorld, episode 2, where last we left off Diaper and the gang. They had crash landed on Dagobah, this very swampy planet here, if you didn't get that Star Wars joke. And we're focusing on setting up a kitchen here to store all our food. We're growing some rice so we can start making some meals. And we got some beds going, so colonists and we can just get rid of these. We don't need the sleeping spots anymore since we do have enough beds. So our focus this episode is going to be more centered on preparing our defenses. As you can see, here's a couple of suggestions the game gives us on what we should focus on next. So we do need some defenses, which you plop down a couple of sandbags and that kind of suffices. But and trees provide a lot of cover. The only problem is that none of these three clowns are good shooters, except Diaper here. Elsa's a brawler, and Kristoff, him and Elsa are both useless as far as firing weapons. So this could be a very short Let's Play series, but I guess we'll find out. So let's continue going on here. Diaper's just gonna get some food for the morning. Let's speed up to 3 while they sleep throughout the night. I suppose we get our cotton going, and then our heal route. I don't think anyone is skilled enough. Ooh, escape pod. Let's see. You've detected an escape pod crashing hard nearby. If anyone survived the impact, they'll be badly wounded. You can rescue them and send them on their way, or capture them for recruitment or slavery purposes. So we got Olo here. Let's see, oh geez. So he is psychically hypersensitive, he's greedy, he's got great shooting, really good at cooking, and can do some mining and some art. The mining won't be very useful. And he's incapable of caring or social, which isn't that big of a deal because the only problem is I don't really have a prison area set up for I want to catch him. So I guess what I'm going to have to do is I don't mind spending. We have 3 herbal medicines just from harvesting wild heal root out in the world here. I don't mind using that up on him since we do have a decent stock of 30 medicine here. And it looks like the cat needs to come in. Yeah, come on in, Gus. Come on. It's alright, take your time. I'm not busy or anything. There you go. So now you gotta stay in. Alright. So back to this. We'll just capture... Well, we won't capture. We'll just rescue Olo after we put in a... where is it? A sleeping spot. We just change it to a hospital bed. A medical spot. So we'll take Diaper here. And we'll rescue. Just because we don't have anything set up for capture. And then... So I noticed that I don't have a stock of wood here. Oh, we got some more cargo pods coming down. It looks like they killed a rat while landing and gave me some chocolate. That's... Sure, why not? So I'll unforbid those. And hopefully by the time these guys feel like it, they'll go ahead and haul that. But let's get some tree cutting going on. And I'm still expecting an incident fairly soon, although I started thinking about this between this episode and the previous one, and we are on Randy, so again, he's very random. He can be very benevolent, or he can just be downright cruel. Hopefully he's the former and not the latter, but that's the thing about RNGs, you never can tell. So looks like Olo's getting healed up. Forgot to check his health bar. Although, we couldn't capture him anyways. So when you rescue them, they do have a chance of joining your colony. Olo, he's got a smoke leak dependence, which really isn't that big of a deal. Yeah, there he goes. He just joined our group. So dealing with a dependence, it is a large pet peeve of mine when pawns have health issues such as these the stabs and gunshots and bruises and stuff like that is fine. They go away in time. The dependence, I don't like it when pawns are dependent on a drug. Although smoke leaf is definitely one of the lesser drugs to be dependent on, so that's, it could be worse if he was like on flake or yayo or whatever. But I won't prioritize making any smoke leaf joints at all for him to satiate that dependence. So he's going to be in a downright awful mood while he tries to recover from that dependence. But since he's a part of our colony, I should make another bed, although he's going to stay there and heal for a bit. So I just want to make sure the home area includes this area so that the blood gets cleaned up. Because no one likes sleeping in their own blood. At least that's what I've been told. Christoph is cutting some wood here in the kitchen, just kind of clearing out some areas. We got walls to build and power generators to supply, so hopefully that can get done. I'm thinking they probably couldn't reach this tile. See, already he's got a major break or a minor break risk, but that's partly from the pain he's experiencing. So that should go away a little bit. I think what I need to do then too is put a lamp. I'll put it right there since it can reach the battery here. And hopefully we can just get some wood going. I want to probably chop some more wood. Right there. Got cotton going. And it's bedtime again. Great. So, a lot of things here. We need defenses, need colonist beds. Hunter lacks ranged weapon. Oh, that's a good point. Let's pause. All right, let's put it on 1 so the time goes, but they're sleeping, so they're not really doing anything. This is a good time right now to go back to the work tab, and by now I would put it on, I would check manual priorities, and this is when I start prioritizing things. So right off the bat, I know I want everybody to firefight because fire is very dangerous. I want everybody to be patient. That means, like, I want them treated right away. I want them, when they get sick, to get in bed. Hall Plus is from one of the mods I run. I don't use that too often, so I just kind of leave it there. Although I could put it at 1 too, because if I want something hauled, I want it done now. Flick, I put it on 1, because if I want something turned off, I want that done right now. Christoph will be our warden, so I'm going to put him at 1 because I want that done right off the bat. Handle, I'm not going to worry about animals right now. I do want hunting to be, I'm going to put hunting at number 2 because I want plant cutting to be number 1. See, look, although his sanity is getting low, hopefully he kind of recovers from his injuries a little bit quicker. Hopefully he doesn't break. He should be okay. Maybe once he wakes up and we get some joy going. I do want Elsa to grow here. I want Diaper to be our main construct guy. I want Olo to be our cook. Cooking is a very good thing to be done first, so I want that. Mining isn't that important. I'm just going to put that at 3. I do want plant cut to be number 1. Now, Diaper and Christoph are both our good crafters, so I want tailoring to be done first. Diaper, you can tell by see how the box is a little bit wider. Then that just means his skill is higher, but he does have 1 flame, and Christoph has 2, so that means his passion. So I want to get, and I'll set up the workbenches in a way when I get to that later, but I want these 2 guys, to Diaper and Christoph, to be our main crafters. And then I put art at 4 for everyone, just because it's like, hey, if you don't have anything else to do, I want you doing that. Elsa is going to be our main research person because she can't haul, she can't clean. I mean, just after she, does growing, I want her to research. So, and right off the bat, we'll have tons of research for her to do. So she won't get to art, she won't get to mining, which is fine. We don't have a lot of mining anyways. So we're still waiting on Olo. He can haul. Diaper's a hauler. I don't want him researching just yet. I want Christoph researching. I think that's. I'm gonna put everybody else at 4 for crafting, because crafting includes the specialized work jobs such as like stone cutting. So you don't really need to be a good crafter in order to do that well. It just, if you have a higher skill, it takes you less time to do it. So I just, at that point, if they're getting to this point, I just want them doing something rather than nothing. And if it takes them longer to do something, that's totally fine. But Olo, he's a good hunter. He's a good miner. Olo, when he gets healthier, he will be my main. I'll just put haul and clean at number 2. Although, you know, I could put him at number 1 because it doesn't matter, because then they'll just go back here. But then that means he hunts. Yeah, I want him to hunt before he hauls and clean, hopefully once he gets. So everybody's starting to wake up. I'll put him on speed 2 here. Let's check him. His bruises and stabs are almost done. Yeah, smoke leaf dependence is going down. I wonder how much smoke leaf. So he does have a couple joints on him, so he'll smoke a couple of those after he gets healed. I wonder if I should plant smoke leaf. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to feed their addiction. These guys need to get over it cold turkey here. Let's harvest some more wild heal root, and let's do some berries. Some more heal root over here, some more heal root over here. Oh, we got berries up here. Harvest will automatically harvest any wild plants. I think it's over like, see how it says down here, ready to harvest? There should be some that will say give a percentage. Like this one, see, growth rate 70. I think the threshold is like 85. After 85%, you can harvest to, no, yeah, 86% grown. I was looking at growth rate. So this is 42, so obviously we can't harvest. But this one is 86, 87%. So we can harvest now. We just won't get as much heal root from that one as we will for one that's fully grown and ready to harvest. So let's have Elsa. Oops, I don't want the rice harvested yet, although she is doing that. So that should be good for now. I still need some wood. We got Christoph chopping down wood. We got Olo chopping down wood. So we're going to finish building this. Then the research bench is going to be built next, followed by the bed. And then hopefully we get some power coming in. So yeah, I mean, we're doing all right. We're still waiting on the first threatening incident to come here. The good news is we've got this coast here, so nothing will come from this way, except if we get like drop pod raids that has a chance to be here. But most likely, threats are going to be coming from the north, the east, and the south here. So maybe I want to push my base back this way, and there's a lot of mud and marshy soil here, so maybe I want to start focusing on doing the moisture evaporators, or whatever they're called, where they slowly expand. They take a long time, but if you get them early and you place them down early and they just start working, by the time you're actually ready to develop that land, it should be. But like in a place like this, you need a lot of them to really make a sizable dent. So, you know what? Let's just do this. We'll take 2 off here. You'll see what I'm doing here in a second. So I'm just going to deconstruct every 2. And what these will be our defensive position if any raids come from like up here, this way, and maybe not down here, but it at least gives us protection. That way colonists can hide behind the walls and shoot out, gives them more cover, whereas sandbags don't quite give them as much cover as like walls do. And there's a way to optimize that, but you can put like doors in there, but I'm not going to do that. And now it's nighttime again. Is the horseshoes pin done? Yes, it is. So we got our kitchen good to go. We've got our little barracks and common area sort of good. We almost got the research bench built. Got a bunch of chopping duty to do. So next thing we want to do is focus on. So we got our food storage, and then we're gonna make a cooking area and then a dining hall, so that, because we're gonna put it next to the food. So once we store the food in the freezer, they take the food out, they bring it to their cook bench, they make the food in the cook bench, and then the dining table is right there. So there's not a whole lot of wasted space. And again, there's more ways to optimize it, but at this point in the game, there's really no need to do it perfect right off the bat. And there is a trick that not a whole lot of people know about, but it is kind of like micromanagey, but it does help with getting food cooked into meals quite quickly, and so your cook doesn't have any wasted movements. But now it's nighttime, so let's bump it up to 3. I think once Olo is healed, and we want to start looking into getting their own bedrooms too, because right now they have. Okay, so we have a heat wave. There's really nothing we can do about that. So right now it's 70. It'll probably go up to about 90 plus, which is fine. The only issue will be, what is it like? What is it going to be like in our kitchen? So in our kitchen it's 17 degrees, which is fine. So hopefully that gives us enough buffer as the temperature gets higher. I know I don't play in Celsius. Forgive me. You know, I can only be so perfect in so many ways. I got to have some faults, right? So yeah, it might get up to plus 100 here. So hopefully, yeah. Now you can see that the kitchen here in the bottom right hand corner there, it's bumping up to 24, 25 degrees. And I know people are running in and out so that it allows cold air to escape. Yeah, see, here we go. The good news is that rice doesn't really spoil. It takes, look, even in a refrigerator, it takes like 6 years to spoil. We got a colonist idle. Who's idle? Elsa's idle. We don't have any research for her to do. So, let's see. We want to research the moisture pump. The moisture pump is the one that gets rid of the swampy, unbuildable tiles. And that comes from microelectronics, which comes from electricity, and machining, which comes from smithing. So it serves that we want to do smithing first. So we'll do that. Yes, Gus, I hear you. Can you pipe down? No? Okay, sorry. Forgive me. I'm exist to satisfy your every whim. Ugh, darn cats. Anyways, so Elsa's researching. We got some tattered apparel from Olo. So we've got cotton going. So we'll set up a mini crafting room. We're still low on wood. And I don't know if you just saw, but Elsa did eat some berries. Berries do not give a mood. She ate without a table, but like if you eat rice or potatoes or raw corn, it'll give you a debuff saying that, hey, I ate raw food, it wasn't cooked. Strawberries don't have that problem. You can eat them just fresh. Before I forget, let's get Olo his rifle, since I forgot to equip that to Diaper. Now, so Diaper's a careful shooter. I want him to have the other revolver, so that way all our weapons are used. Now we only need a meal source, so let's take care of that. I want to go to production. I want electric stove. Now the only problem is we don't have a whole lot of. Oops, I should turn that around. But like some. Let's just see what buildable. Okay, let's put that there. Now it says it'll have a work speed penalty outdoors, bad temperature, and holy cow, we're 124 degrees and we're 60 degrees inside the fridge. Again, hopefully the chocolate doesn't melt too much. And chocolate it's future chocolate, so it's impervious to melting. So that's good. We've got our cook bench built. Now let's build our crap. There's marshy soil, so I can't place walls on marshy soil, but I can place like a stove on that. Seems kind of backwards to me, kind of, but it is what it is. So I know that if I'm going to place a geothermal plant in the future, it's 6 tiles across. So this is a 2x2. So this would be a 3x3. Or no, this would be 4x4 because it's this one and this one. So that's 4, and this would be 5, and then 6. So I'd want to put the edge of my wall right there. I'll go up here. I want a pretty big dining room. Well, no. because that's marshy soil there, so we'll just go ahead and cancel that. So we'll do that, and then we'll do that. We'll put a door right, let's go right there, so that the cook can get his raw food from the kitchen fairly quickly. Just go right up here, cook. Now, I used to put my stove in the kitchen or in the freezer area just because I wanted quick access to the food, and then I'd give whoever my cook was like clothes that withstood colder temperatures fairly well. But the more I've been reading up on that, the more people say, hey, like, you want to place your cooking stove outside of out of your freezer. Now you can put the butcher's table, and obviously the butcher's table is for butchering like animals once you've hunted them, and so we'll put that in there. We don't really need to build it yet, so I'll forbid that. And then I think that's pretty good for now. Yeah, we just need to get this built. We'll mark some more trees to get chopped down. Now, and this is the thing about Randy, is like usually if I was playing on Cassandra or even Phoebe right now, and usually I play with Cassandra, like I would have had a raider come by now, and it would have been a single raider, or I would have gotten a mad animal. But right now we've been lucky and relatively untouched by Randy, and I bet you by saying that, I'll get something pretty nasty here coming soon. But I think we've got about as defensible a position as we possibly can. We need to get the meals going because we're running low on that, and we only have so many strawberries. So I'm gonna set it on 1, and then I'm gonna set up our little kitchen hack here, I guess, if you will. So here's the thing. You want to place a stool where he's going to be doing the cooking. That's great. Now, I put them sideways here and here, and then I don't want these quality built because nobody's going to sit here. Because I find that if they're sideways, it helps with the ease of access, and it just kind of makes it different than here, just for reference sake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a stockpile zone here and here, and then I'm going to select that stockpile zone. I'm going to hit clear all, and then I'm going to do critical priority. So obviously this is the levels of priority. So if it's low, this is going to take very low priority and stuff won't get stored here. But if it's critical, that means this is where you want the pawns hauling stuff to first. So I don't want meals because this is where our cook is going to get all his raw food. So I'm going to go and do raw food, and one area is going to be meat and animal products. And then I'm going to go in here and unselect insect jelly, and then I'm going to go into meat and unselect human meat, or human, not husky. Husky is fine. For some reason they have a problem with human. Because I'm not... If you browse Reddit at all, and especially the subreddit for RimWorld, you'll find a lot of cannibal psychopaths there. Most of that is just posturing. And unless like you start on an ice sheet or something like that, I stay away from the cannibalism, even if it's forced cannibalism. So I just uncheck human meat. I uncheck insect jelly because that kind of gives the same debuff. If pawns, they're smart. They'll know if the cook put insect jelly or human meat in their meals, and they will not like it if they're not a cannibal. So that one's going to be animal products and meat, and then this one is going to be the same thing. I'm going to go clear all just so I'm going to do critical, and then I'm going to do vegetarian. So this is where all our like rice, and once we start corn later, all that will be hauled here first, and then any overflow gets put into the freezer. Fantastic. So now we got our cooking set up, and then we're going to do, we'll just do simple meals for right now. We'll do until X, and then I want them to put it on the floor. Now, a good rule of thumb to have is about, I think, about 3 to 4 meals per colonist available at any given time. And I think one of the mods I have installed is the Rim Fridge. So until I get fridges set up to store the actual meals, I'm just going to set it so we got 4 times that by 3 is about 12. So I'm going to do pause when satisfied, and so we currently have 0 out of 10. So 10 is my upper threshold. I want let's do 16 because that's 4 per, and then I want to unpause it at 4. So our cook, he'll say, hey, I've got a bill here to make 16 simple meals. When he hits 16, he's going to stop, and it's going to pause, and it's going to go down, and then once it gets down to 4, he's going to be, hey, we're getting low on food. I should start making more, and we're going to do that. So, saying that, I'm going to make another stockpile zone here. Because I have this bill set to drop on the floor, right? It says currently dropping output on floor, and then click to take to stockpile. So if I want to take it to a stockpile, I click that, but I want him dropping on the floor because I don't want him wasting any energy taking the food he just made and putting it in a stockpile. I want him, and maybe you'll see it if Christoph is fast enough. So Olo is going to make a meal here. Oh, he didn't have enough rice to start making that next meal. But if he would have had enough rice here, he would have just kept going and going. Because if they place it on the stool, I guess there's going to be little movement for him to like bend down and pick it up and place it on the cooking table. So here we got 14. So for that, it takes 10 ingredients. But Olo already grabbed 4 because apparently he felt the rice from somewhere over here was better than this one. So we're going to see it here. You can see the yellow bar. Once it's filled up, that means that's the meal going to be made. And then he's going to go right into making the other one. Damn cat. Swear to God. I might butcher him when we get this butcher table going. Jeez. I joke. Yeah, you knocked it over. Thank you. That was really loud. Oh, man. Darn cats. Okay, so we got things going. We got tattered apparel. So once we get the kitchen set up, I'm going to start working on some bedrooms. And then once we get those down, I think I'm going to kind of morph this common area. I'm going to move the table over here. I'm going to make a new table. Because this one's poor quality, so hopefully whoever our diaper, our constructor, so he's gotten better. He's almost at 10 skill, so he'll make a better table. And obviously, the better quality items things are, the more comfort and joy they'll derive from those items. So we'll do that. Yeah, and then we'll get it. So we'll turn this into a crafting area once we get the bedroom set up, because you can see awful barrack. A barrack is obviously something that is a communal sleeping area, so that 9 bad mood will go away, and hopefully the ugly environment too. We can beautify up the bedrooms a little bit. But I mean, this is a pretty ugly environment because we got blood here, and Elsa doesn't like looking at that. She's trying to do her research. She's very hot. She's an awful barrack. Slept in the heat. She's feeling bad. Man, just thank God for the very low expectations she has. Anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and pause there. That's a good stopping point for this video. Yeah, so far we're doing so good. I haven't had any incidents so far. Maybe I might bump up the difficulty, but Randy is on. I do have him on rough, which is fine. So we've just been lucky so far. So hopefully that luck continues to hold out. And yeah, thanks for joining episode 2. We're getting our feet under us, and then we're looking to expand into bedrooms next time and getting a crafting area going. So yeah, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Same dad time, same dad channel. Thanks very much.